Hi everyone, welcome to a new stream on this beautiful Thursday evening or afternoon, wherever you are. Just let me know where you are. Would be cool to know where you're located and where you're watching from. And yes, today I have um, a really great opportunity to introduce you to a new library by Eduardo Tarilonte in collaboration with Best Service, and this library is called Nada Meditation Sounds. So it's basically Eduardo's new library, and I just have to say that before we jump into it, before we explore the library, I truly have to say that there is something really special about Eduardo's libraries, because you probably know that effect when you recorded something with samples and suddenly you start, you, for example, play guitar or you play flute or you sing, and then you add your personal touch on top of it on the track. And you always have this feeling now it is some kind of something special. And to be honest, I have this feeling every time when I'm finishing a track or while composing, and then I add something made by Eduardo, and it always adds something like that special layer which makes it all a little bit more alive. And so I'm really excited to show you that new library here in that exploring video. I'm going to explore this with you together, guys, and let's just check what's all in here. So we have a section of instruments. This would be percussion, pianos, strings, and winds. And then we have another sub section here, which is pitched instruments, unpitched instruments. The pianos are digital pianos, white piano. What this all is in detail, we're going to check this out. We have a lot of strings going on: Eastern harps, ethnic violin, the koto, tempura drones, Viola Da Gamba violin, and a lot of flutes here. I just want to roughly go through this. Well, thanks for following. Okay, so maybe I should have to turn that, especially during this live stream when it's all about meditation sounds. I probably have to get rid of the audio of that little jingle here. But let's continue. So you have a variety of meditation patches, and as you can see here, for example, the first one, Deep Peace, contains 11 different patches. So I assume it is kind of the same source sound, but a lot of design stuff is going on. But we will find this all out. Also, we have another section of real voices, female voices, overtone singing, and synth voices also, so which I assume is processed instruments or processed vocals, to be more precise. So let's check out the first one, the balafon fantasy, and let's just dive in and let's calm down a little bit and breathe in and breathe out and enjoy these meditation sounds. It sounds pretty cool, very cool. You have a lot of stuff to change the sounds. First, you can of course turn the reverb on and off. So this is probably baked in delay, and the button is just here by, or it adds another layer of. I think it adds a little bit of an extra layer on top. But so let's turn the reverb on, which I really like. And so let's check. The next one we have here is another balafon, which is not just like let's say the default balafon. So let's play this for a second. It sounds a little bit more bright, more natural. I can turn down the reverb, so I can, turn this a little bit down. So, but I think it's like but just a test to give you an idea of the dry instruments. However, I truly have to say that it adds a lot to the, to the meditational, let's say, character of what the library was intended to sound like. Okay, so let's just, browse happily through all these instruments here. So we had the balafon. Let's check out the bells. Oh, we have another sub menu here. So it's dream bells only. We have 5 variations of it. So let's just keep that in mind. Dream bells, 5 variations. So I can just use these little arrows here to go down and up. Let's give you an idea of the sound. Wow, that's really cool. I'm just seeing this from high to Atlanta, Montreal. We have Southern California. We have the UK. Man, that's like half the globe already. That's really cool. So what do we also see here is that we have these little, layers here, these little faders, so to say. So you can adjust the volume of, let's say this, I mean, you will hear this right now. So these are the volumes for each of the bells. So you have these 2 bells. And you can adjust the volume individually. So being an intuitive person, I would just go in here and check out the first thing would be right-clicking and see, yes, we have MIDI Learn available. So I would just maybe, connect it to the mod wheel. And then you could make it even more alive when you play stuff like this, and also use it in a, kind of a sound designish way, even though it's not really sound design. So I like this, I like to make it a little bit more, let's say, special, a bit more custom, because probably most people would just, just adjust the sounds, or just even leave it, just dialing it in. Let's return this to default. Let's load this again. So, and just use it from there. So it's always a little bit more cool to just even do like little tweaks like this. And also, as you can see here, you have some little more features going on, which is probably the panning of the instrument. So you could just set it all to the pan it hard, left, right. So cool. It's so fun. I just have to adjust here's my time of the stream. We are 13 minutes into the stream. Okay, there was a little bit of waiting time. I just had to make a little bit of tea because I'm still suffering from a little bit of coughing. And so I do my best to mute my voice, my vocals, my voice whenever I feel that scratchy. But actually, check out this mug. It's pretty cool, right? Starship Troopers, Stormtroopers. Oh my god, yeah, Stormtroopers mug. Pretty cool. Okay, let's just continue and check out the other dream bells. I can't believe I said Starship Troopers. Yeah, so this would probably never happen, but just on a live channel, you know. This is I'm even getting red when I'm saying this. That's how I'm embarrassed about myself, you know. So yeah, I hope you got all your yoga outfits on. Actually, I just realized that my shirt is kind of the same color like the Tibetan monks, you know, when meditating, or wear in general. So I just feel, you know, to be a little bit more connected to meditational sounds right now. And okay, so let's continue. So I mean, you already probably know the deal. What's going on here? What's new now with this preset is that you don't just have the individual panning available and the volume, but you also have a start delay. So if I just reduce this all, and the most important thing is I figured out that you just have to hold the keys a little bit. So if you just tip it, you don't hear much difference. But if you just move that up and you just hold the key, just move this around. See, if I just tip it, but if I hold it, it needs that extra time to, let's say, trigger the delay amount. So you can just go in here and just have different starting points. So it's actually not a delay in the sense of, you know, adding a delay effect on it. You can probably just do it like this, but it adds basically a delay of the starting. I mean, it wasn't obvious to me right in the beginning when I just tried to intuitively look. Oh my God, look on the GUI. So it's actually starting point, you know. So again, you could just, you know, instead of just playing or recording 4 different layers, you could just go in here and say MIDI learn. And no, let's use this one, MIDI learn. And then we would have both of these starting points still connected to the mod wheel. And if we just play this, you can make it more human-like while you're playing it. Hey Adam, good evening. So let's continue. I mean, we just have like 1 or 2 of these dream bells figured out. So let's check out Dream Bells 3. And actually, I just realized that I didn't even go over. And everybody was so in peace and calm that nobody realized that I didn't even introduce you to the GUI and explaining all that stuff. Yeah, Archie, now your comment makes sense that you ain't seen nada. Okay, move on. Dream Bells 4. These sound really beautiful. Let's reduce the reverb a little bit. Actually, there seems to be one bell in it which is holding the note, which is kind of either moving very long or it's just an additional layer. It's really cool. So, man, we have a lot to cover here. Let's check over to the bowls. No, sorry. We have just the dream bells. So now we have the meditation bells. So let's check through these here. Thanks for following me. So we got some more stuff going on here, which is vibrato intensity. Oh, this is cool. So we could kind of add something like you would add to strings, that when you have, or vocals, when the longer you hold the note, the more, or basically also guitar, that you introduce a little bit more of the vibrato. And we could also add, maybe learn the vibrato speed. Okay, let's check out a little bit more. Meditation bells 2. So it seems like the feature is getting more and more. It's kind of like a tutorial that you have, like, just the volume. Now the panning introduced. Now you have the start delay and the vibrato intensity. I mean, I'm just... Very beautiful. Let's check out the third one. I think I moved up instead of down. I think I didn't show that really well, but when you also move the, I think I have to turn the volume. Let me just check my alert box real quick, and let me just, at least from the following, I'm not really sure if this is working right now during the stream, but I just try to reduce the volume a little bit. Okay, thank you for following me. So, let's check out the next. Sorry, what I was about to say is I didn't show that well, probably because when you hit the bells really soft, you also have some noise or some bells being introduced the harder you hit the key. Really cool stuff. I think there was 5 meditation bells. So let's see what we also got. No, actually 3 more. Let's check these quickly. And this is really beautiful. I mean, even the bells alone should be probably worth the money. And while I'm saying that right now, let's just quickly check the best service page, because here we have it. I wasn't really sure about how much the library is. So it's 199 euros. That's what I was about to say. I would even pay the money for just all the bells. And then you got all these functions and stuff we are still have to discover. And I think this is, I just realized it's a German side. So let's just quickly switch this over just in case if you catch something you want to read. But I mean, we basically talk about all this. This is just a description. So what was important to me was the price tag. And man, really cool that Kitaro even just gave a quote to a testimonial to Eduardo. I really like this. And I also want to add something. So just in case if you haven't been aware of this, that Eduardo and I want to introduce a new giveaway with this stream. So I just want to drop you the link in the chat right now. Let me just dig that up. Okay, so I'm dropping that link here just in case if you didn't or you haven't been aware that you can win this library. And let me just quickly, I mean, when you visit the link, let's just visit the link real quick. Let's talk about this for a second. So you can win the library. Here you can see the time. I actually changed my, let's say the giveaway provider. I think this layout, this page is a little bit more stylish, which I mean doesn't do anything really to the contest. Sorry, to the contest itself, but it's a little bit quicker. It looks a little bit more beautiful. But we had some more ideas. So we are not just giving away, or Eduardo is not just giving away nada. There's also a second prize, which will be Dark Era. So a third prize will also be a part, which is my Passionate Manzuri from my store. And the cool thing about this new giveaway provider is that, and it looks a lot, 1,000 points or 750 points, but it actually isn't. So if you make it to collect 1,000 points, you get a 50% off discount from my store. And if you collect 750 points, you get a free version of my trailer djembe, which is just like a tiny little instrument I recorded a while ago. But I find it very useful. I use this for, almost on like all my trailer tracks. It's not actually a trailer instrument, but I don't want to lose that much time to talk about it. So you can check out a video about this on my store. But I just want to let you know that these are all the prizes you can win. So just in case if you haven't been aware of this contest. And I also should say that there is like a really safe, fraud system. So if you, and I just have to mention this, I'm really sorry. I don't want to, destroy this beautiful atmosphere of being in this, or hopefully getting to this meditational state during this live stream. But please don't, make your entire family signing up from like the from the same laptop, or it's just unfair for the people who are really aiming for getting working colleagues or audio buddies into the boat. And also it's not fair to use let's say one-time usage email addresses or fake email addresses. These people will be disqualified right away. So we have to keep it fair. I know from a lot of people they did giveaways in the past. Yeah, hold up, I call the whole village. Right, this is what seriously happens, like going out on the street and say, hey neighbors, can you just, with a megaphone inside the, shouting through the house, through the street. What I was about to say, yeah, I mean, it's just not fair. So I don't want to lose that many words. Let me just have a sip of tea. Of my Starship Troopers mug. Okay, let's continue. Listen to some beautiful instruments. Did I forget something? If you have any questions regarding the giveaway, let me know. Oh, one very important thing I have to mention. This is very important. During the last giveaways, you had to, of course, earn points, but this time it's going to be distributed among all participants. It doesn't matter if you have 10 points, which is not possible because once you just, follow us on Eduardo's YouTube channel, for instance, or my Twitter account, whatever, you already get 50 points for this. So, but just in case, if you have like a low amount of points, it doesn't change anything. Of course, the chance is a little bit higher for someone who made it to gather more points during that contest. But all in all participants of this contest will be included. You can win every prize, and everybody who collects like at least, let's say, 750 points gets my trailer djembe for free. So that is something very important I just had to mention. Okay, now let's move on. We just have two of these categories. So meditation bells. Let's check out the temple bells. Man, these bells sound really... And I mean, even if the library is called meditation sounds, I hear so much magic, let's say, so to say, in the, literally, when you just try to think of, I can't play the theme, but like... So, not really like trying to play something Harry Potterish, but you get the idea. So you can add like a little bit of... So it's also really cool for all this magic or... fantasy style, when you just need some, and bells always shine through instruments, So usually when you have like the typical orchestral setup, you most likely would do that with a glockenspiel or with, chimes or something, whatever. But it's really cool to have all these additional colors, you can put in combination with, like the harp or high strings or whatever to add a little bit of more or typically that's what I was about to say, the glockenspiel or xylophone or something like this. So you have another kind of a plucked instrument, and I think this sounds really beautiful when you put this behind an orchestral setup. So I think we had like 3 temple bells, so let's check these. Don't worry about the candles, Adam, because I mean you can't hurt yourself, just in case you don't you won't set yourself on fire when just meditating or getting in that state and falling over, and wouldn't be nice. Man, really cool stuff. Let's check out the 3rd temple bell here. Yeah, German humor. We don't have humor. We are just efficient. That's really cool. So it seems to, you know, have a very long release the longer you hold the key. Okay, I feel right like rushing through it, but it's actually, we just have like this bit of instruments here, Tibetan bells. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Maybe we can find the appropriate sample library to really celebrate this, you know. But actually, we have a lot of time to celebrate its 250th birthday anniversary. Tibetan Bell 3. I think I should turn down the volume for a second on the following button. I really, really appreciate that so many people follow me and, you know, making this stream more interesting and alive. I mean, it is really hardcore because I think I jumped past the 200 mark this afternoon. It's really crazy. So, Tibetan bells. Let's check out some other instruments now. So we still have some. No, that were the bells. So let's check out the bowls, crystal singing bowls. Man, we have ensemble bowls and we have single bowls. So there's so much. This is what I really like about libraries. So the first time you look at it and you just see instruments, pads, voices, and you think maybe you think like, oh, you know, that price tag. But then you just open up and you see just, wow, instruments is all these before mentioned. And then you get deeper and deeper into all these things. And then you suddenly realize, man, even the bell section is just hardcore. I mean, I can't say this when we are about meditation sounds. Oh, sorry, we had the Tibetan bell dreams. We just have to check these out. Let's check out these. Man, I would love to say it sounds really, really beautiful after every instrument, but it would kind of sound like saying I'm really excited or absolutely amazing in front of every tutorial video, whatever. Just, you know. Tibetan Bell Dream 2. Yeah, who knows? Maybe I will just, get past the 100,000 followers mark. You never know. I mean, it's just all about, as I already and lots of others preach, it's always only about consistency. If you stick with it and yeah, right. A little bit like Star Trek. So let's move on here. Bell Dreams 3. How low? Oh, this is really what I like. This is. Okay, there was the Tibetan bell ensemble. Yeah, I totally confirm what you just said, Bad Waffle. That Taris libraries never disappoint. Seriously, I never opened a library and was like, oh, that's it. You know, it was always a pleasure to check out, and I mean, like this special pleasure you have when you just open, like, you know, like this little kit on Christmas Eve. It's always like this when you you know, explore his libraries on the first time you purchase them, or doing it on a live stream right now with you guys. So let's check out the other ensembles. Very, very beautiful. There I did it again. The bells. Okay, let me just quickly answer your question. Fishing for sounds. So maybe a question for you that might interest other people. Are you working from Germany or the US? If Germany, did you ever feel that there were jobs you wouldn't get because you weren't in LA, where most stuff seems to happen? Let me just quickly, you know, jump over to the chat window, and I mean, if you guys are okay with this, because I find it very important to quickly, you know, talk about stuff like this for a second. To be honest, yes, I was involved in actually a movie project, a Hollywood movie project, and it didn't turn out. It wasn't working out because I wasn't living in LA, and even though I said that I was willing to come over to LA and work there for like 2 or 3 weeks or a month or whatever. I was just willing to go over there and work on this score for that movie. It wasn't like a, you know, big thing, but I can say it was a Hollywood movie, and in collaboration with someone else. And it just didn't work out because the producer, the director, wanted to have all the music, all the composers in town so that he can drop by and do it, and you know, joining in for, you know, recording or composition session, or just, you know, like it's typical over there. But to be honest, I don't miss it. This is just like, let me just think. It's just probably the only opportunity I missed because I wasn't living in Los Angeles. And to be honest, I don't want to be a movie composer. I worked on movies before. I also collaborated with, pretty famous composers. I mean, I just want to leave this, mention no names currently, because I don't feel like, you know, promoting myself all around. But it just, I had the pleasure to work on a few movies, but you know, it's I'm really happy with doing licensed music and doing the stuff I do, working for games also. And I mean, the thing is, when I started off, I can mention this, that I started working for Epic Score and writing trailer albums. I worked for, you know, Liquid Cinema. I worked some Two Steps from Hell stuff. I worked for you know, Gothic Storm, so all kinds of trailer labels, but I actually not, you know, in Los Angeles. But it can happen that you work for companies in LA. I think the most important thing is that you just stay as visible as possible. And this is why I believe that social networking, and not just social networking in the sense of, adding a producer or a director on Facebook and say, hey, I'm a composer. Can I do music for your new movie? Here's my phone number. This doesn't work out. You just have to be present. I'm sorry I'm doing this, but I always, when I was single, of course you are into that, all that dating game. And I just have to go that direction because it's really important to always compare all that marketing and business stuff with relationships. Meeting, like, I mean, I'm a heterosexual, so meeting women, but it's actually the same thing in a sense. Not, of course, 100%, but in a sense, it is important to just be there and enjoy your life and enjoy what you do. And then you are getting interesting. This is period. This is how it works. If you just stand there and say, hey, and you just, I saw you, you're so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Or in terms of business, you're just writing every director, you just become annoying in a sense. But if you just, sit there and create and write music, and you just do it and you enjoy what you do and you just share this passion and this joy of what you do, what you're creating, then people come towards you. And I can just say this, as I have many times before, this is basically how my entire career started. And throughout my entire 15 years of being in the business, this is the way I think to go. And back then, of course, there wasn't any social networking going on. So there was just forums. But as you guys probably know, I also work for Dynamedion, which is Germany's leading sound design and music composing facility, let's so to say, for video games. I mean, even these some of these guys work for the new Battlefield, and it's like really a big company, and it has grown a lot. So I'm really happy and proud to be a part of it. But all this happened because I was there on forums. I was there on social networking. I did all these walkthroughs. I uploaded videos. I'm consistent. I, of course, had a little bit of quite a few years of not being able to be on social networks because it wasn't just important for me. But that's why I'm now back more as ever before, because I just enjoy what I do. I wanted to keep up with this. And this is how it works. I mean, even just this year alone, I got probably like 2 or 3 opportunities to make money only because I'm doing these videos. And video is the most important thing you have to take care of in terms of, your self-brand, your marketing, because video is definitely the thing to go. And that's why every company basically does, like, Instagram advertising, YouTube advertising. So that's why I say the most important thing is that you just stay active, that you just release content. And this is the most important thing on a consistent, on a regular basis. And this will just, it's just a matter of just, going for it. If you just fall down, if you get like a negative comment, I mean, thank these people that they gave you a negative comment on YouTube. I mean, a lot of people are worried about this, that they get a negative comment on YouTube. But I appreciate it because somebody took the time sitting down and writing a comment and saying, hey, Alex, you suck. This is like, what can I say? I can't please everyone. So this is how it works. But that person took the time and gave me a negative comment and wrote, Alex, you suck, which is actually boosting my channel. And so there is a guy writing a negative comment and it pushes me, literally pushing my channel, and maybe enables some kind of a, more or less famous composer company, whatever, who's looking for a new composer or a new way of, let's say they are looking for a specific style and they just stumble upon my video and then I get hired for a job. So this is something happening, So I hope you guys don't feel too annoyed by talking about this for a second, but I am always up for answering these business questions, because so many people struggle with it, and probably too many people, even including me, think too much when it comes to all this stuff. So let's continue with the bowls. So we have the crystal singing bowls. Let's get into the meditation crystal bowls here. Man, there's so much stuff happening in the background. Oh, there's a new button. Soft start. So it almost sounds like rubbing the edges of the bowls. Very, very cool. Let's check out the next one. Yeah, that is true. That I have to agree with. The reverb is always a tad too heavy. And I have the feeling sometimes on older libraries, maybe it was just like on previous engine releases, that that I felt that the engine was always a little bit more stable when you deactivate the reverb. But it could have been also related to my machine. I'm not really sure, but I mean, I have to say, in this context with this library, let's check out. In the context with, of course, offering meditation sounds, I think the reverb really fits very well. Check out the next crystal bowls. But I can reduce it happily for you guys if you. Really, really cool. Crystal bowls number 4. So we have something new. We have the singing bowls here. Let me just quickly check where we are right now. Oh, Chris, it's still the ensembles. So, okay, we have crystal singing bowls. Oh, meditation crystal bowls. Okay, it's like, okay, I got it. So we have 4 more crystal singing bowls. And it seems like we have some key switches going on here. So let me check out what this is. Oh, this is hitting with a mallet. Mallet 2. Oh, just hitting the rim. So I'm just holding the key just in case you can't see this. There is also a release of when you stop. Really, really cool. I even hate interrupting the sounds, you know, but let's move to the second bowl. So I think this is the same mallet 1. Oh, right, so I can... The release volume is connected to the mod wheel. Really cool. Breathing in and breathing out. So let's move on with the... What else do we got here? So we got the single covered. So let's check out the Tibetan singing bowls. But I would be really happy to move on to some... Maybe we can, you know, not... Let's just go... I mean, we get the idea of all the variations. So maybe let's check out the instruments. And then because I'm really curious about the pianos and all the other instruments and the pads and the voices. So let's check the... sorry, not getting confused. Okay, the Tibetan singing bowls, the ensemble. Let's check out one of these, and then if you guys want, we can dig deeper and check out all the other sounds from these ensemble variations. It is really fun. It's all bowls or bells, but they all have something very special going on. So let's check out the single ones here. I even hate skipping these, but we would be busy for 3 or 4 hours when we go through all of these patches. Oh, I totally missed the key switches, so I think we have mallets again. Oh, mallet 3. There's so much detail going on. Very cool. Very enlightening. Just have to, substitute the word cool or beautiful because, it's meditation instruments. So crotales, check these out. Let's get rid of the reverb for a second. I just tried. So it obviously, when you hold the keys, they start to. No, I think they have been recorded like swinging and dancing around. Okay, so let's move on. The glasses, ensemble glasses. Oh shit, we have 3 more. This is really, really cool. There's more and more coming along. So fantasy glass. I'm just curious about the finger glass here. Let's just. Okay, moving on. Fantasy glass. Let's the glass ensemble. And next up would be Glass Symphony. Hey there. Okay. So I think we can move on to, we have the Kalimba. We still have, okay, Glass Symphony. Let's check out one of these single glasses here. Man, there's so much stuff in here. Let's just check out one of these glass patches here. I mean, just add a patch and you have even though it's as I said before, a meditation sounds library, you already have like a perfect. You probably don't need a patch at all. So you have a perfect minimalistic sci-fi end time, end of the world. It's perfect. just the glass finger. So I'm really happy that we just checked out this patch here. Okay, so let's now just go, holy moly, long major, long minor, wind glass. So we have to check these, at least the long minor, just, you know. Okay, so what does it mean? So yeah, you can play the single sounds here, but I'm just trying. I was already thinking a bit. Let's check the info. So basically, what I forgot to mention before, you can click the info all the time, and you see a little description here. And I just wanted to find out if there is something like a hidden sequencer or something. So when you just open it up, and you just have the chance to change the notes, which would of course be because you could play them and just copy them in your sequencer. So I assume these other patches here, minor, pentatonic, are all just different variations of that glass patch. Now let me just check if these are. So it seems they are not time synced. Let me just add a tempo track here. So we are 120. Let's make it 80. No, sorry. Just yes. So okay. So I guess it's just some internal automated notes happening. So actually, probably I should. I'm not really sure if this is intended to go in here, that we can change something on the actual notes and the playing. But I mean, I don't want to dig around into something. I would have to probably read the manual at all because I didn't read it. So just in case, if you know something I don't, let me know if you found something in a walkthrough video. Hey, guten Abend. So let's move on. So let's check out. I'm really curious also about the piano strings and winds. So maybe let's check quickly the Kalimba here. This is also something, you usually can't pitch. Change the pitch on a kalimba. I mean, of course, maybe if you just, I quickly have to show this to you guys. So, I mean, it's also like a little shameless self promo, but this is a Kalimba Sansula. So you probably know why I have this, but I just wanted to show it because it's. I hope you guys can hear this. And it sits on a little snare. So I just wanted to show this. You probably can detune it if you loosen this. Let me just pull this to the camera here. When you loosen this metal shaft or this little piece here above. But then again, I think the notes wouldn't sound ringing. and it would also detune in general. So what I was basically trying to say, that when you add like a little pitch effect, it sounds a little bit like this. Is it the koto, the Chinese, where you can introduce like little slidings and stuff like this. So it sounds unusual on a kalimba, and you add something which is maybe a little bit out of this world, not really known, because we as humans tend to create patterns, even though it's musical patterns or just sounds we are used to. So if you come up with something, this might be something new, you can, put it into a score or a piece of music, and it makes it a little bit more special. So we finally have the music box here. Should play this a little bit lower here. It's time that I'm getting like a MIDI guitar, so I can, play some musical phrases better. So, oh fuck, we have a sorry, we have an entire. I hope you guys are not, angry when we switch to the pianos and the strings, because I'm really curious how these sounds. And let's later on go to the unpitched percussion and check out. Or what do you guys want to hear first? So just let me know. But let's continue with the strings. Let's hit the pianos at the end, and let's just cover the strings and the winds. So let's load the Eastern harps. Let's go to the strings. So, there's. So there's an entire pad sound coming with this. So you can deactivate this here. I think I had like a little problem with it. Or maybe I was just too low. I had like this feeling that you always can't hit it. But the thing is, you can MIDI learn it, so that may help. So you can assign it to, let's say, MIDI learn CC14. I hope I don't mess anything up here. So does this work? Well, let's try it with a mod wheel. No. Oh, this would have been so cool to just... Oh, now it works. Oh, cool. So let's just unlearn this here. Off. Yes. So we can just... Okay, that's cool. So we can just, So we can just, just fooling around. Probably there are hidden key switches below. No. So you can automate this always a little bit more, which I, encourage people to do all the time. Even no matter how minimal it is, it's always really cool when you just, automate something, just whatever, just even if it's just vibrato speed or intensity. So even this is just 0.5% at the end of the day. Imagine you automate like 40 of your 50 tracks. Of course, it doesn't make that much sense. I mean, when you have strings, you already automate the dynamics, hopefully the mod wheel. But it's always helpful when you do this to the synth or, filters on percussions. It always helps a little bit to add a little bit more of a human character. So let's check the ethnic violin. Just have to, hopefully that's okay volume wise. I don't want to, just have to remove that a little bit. We'll probably turn off the, just have to check. Oh, there are key switches here, so I don't want to. But of course, I mean, this is not intended to be played like this. So let's maybe get rid of the dream pad, but introduce some reverb. Let's also learn expression to this. So we have some more stuff, legato attack. Let's raise the glide time. So I think to make it really realistic, you simply have to learn specific controllers. This is one point where I should probably have checked out the tutorial. So maybe there is, already some controller attached to all these parameters here. Let's check the. Has something beautiful and also haunting at the same time. I really like it. I was just maybe expecting that we can have a little bit more of a of legato going on, like a little bit of more connected intervals, but oh wait. I thought I triggered something. I mean, of course, this is not intended to have like fast, legato ostinatos or anything in the traditional classical sense. So of course we are in a meditation sound library. So but I really like the sound. It's really beautiful, also haunting at the same time. Let's move on a little bit here. Koto. Yes, I will load the new layer. Yeah, I was talking about the Koto where you can just, hopefully, I think, yeah. Let's check the different key switches here. And get rid of the dream pad for a second. Reduce the reverb. The staccato pluck. Play it with finger. Long vibrato. Yeah, the bends. Bend up long. But I feel you can get this done by, Oh, okay. What did I do now? Is there a hidden? What did I do that just triggered the repeating? Oh, we forgot actually one. We forgot the tremolo key here. Finger, long vibrato, right. Man, this is really cool. So we could just MIDI learn this to the mod wheel. Really cool. Really, really, really cool. Tempura drones. Okay, so we have 4 strings, 6 strings male tempura. So let's check out the first one. Okay, so this fast speed. Medium speed. Or slow speed. I would be really curious to know if this is time stretched or / compressed, or if it has been recorded. Because if this would be time stretched, the algorithm of Engine would really kill contacts for sure. But I think it's recorded. Actually, I'm not so sure. What do you guys say? It feels like stretched. Man, this sounds really cool, actually. Let's load, I think, so tuning 2. Let's move on. I think we just want to skip the other string, the tuning, and get to the male tempura. Okay, so I think I want to move on to the Viola Da Gamba. Okay, so I think we have legato and polyphonic. Let's just learn the expression. Yeah, you're ready for a nap. That's really cool to hear, actually, because that it means that you just, slow down, that you were able to lower your heart rate. We could just introduce a drone and just letting it run on repeat, and then play some instruments and all breathe together. And then you guys feel so relaxed. But you're coming. I mean, I see so many familiar faces. You come back anytime, anyway, which is so cool. You just don't, run off and be gone. Let's check out the violin. Turn off the dream pad for a second. Yeah, we could all use more meditation sounds in general. Seriously, I mean, let's just do a 5-minute tune for meditation ambient music. Yeah, we definitely should do. But I just wanted to. I think I would really love to. Maybe we could do the following. Just check out one of these meditation pads. So we could just, let's start with D minor. If I would just want to, so let's just do, let's get a loop to make this more interesting to listen to, because I think this would, let's say, add up to the experience. Yeah. So let's just create this little loop here. Let me just move this to the side for a second and just make this little loop. Nothing special. At the edge of silence. So let's load another instance here. And this is probably a good point, because we didn't check out the let's load that gong. Let's soft melod gong. I'm just trying to find out if they are they have been recorded tonal, but for some, maybe just me, but it seems like they are a half step. I think they weren't meant to be recorded tonal, but when I try, I have this actually from a drummer I played together in a progressive metal band many years ago, and Fuzzle, if you're watching, and no, he was introducing me to that. He also tuned his toms according to the chords of the track, and we just decided to just go with specific keys. And he would also always tune his toms, which would be basically his melodic instruments, to the guitars and the bass, and it sounded pretty cool actually. So I'm just trying to do this whenever I can, when I just introduce like taikos or something, because everything has a pitch in some sense. And sometimes when you think something sounds wrong, maybe just check the pitch of one of your percussion instruments, because it can do a lot actually. And with this being said, just sit down. You just have to repeat this. So let's make this like this, and it's so we're not getting confused. This is the gong. So we just quickly name this pad. Yeah, let's come up with something really quickly so you guys can calm down a little bit, making you to come back, on the next stream. Actually, I have to say something which is really, really funny, because right before I started this stream, I received a message from a company saying that most likely, I'm just saying most likely because it has been confirmed, there is another giveaway happening next week. So believe it or not, around let's say between the 5th and probably like the 6th or 7th of February, which is actually my birthday. Yes, I'm getting 45 finally. Hitting the middle, hitting it really hard. So there is another giveaway happening, just to keep that in mind. Oh, this is nada. So let's actually check out some of the unpitched percussion here. So we just no cymbals. Let's just do something. Something like this. So I'm just hitting some keys. Let's just quickly quantize this a tiny little bit. Should probably go down to the C. Okay, so let's repeat this one here. So this is the Gatam. Not really sure if this cough is killing me. Just have to get one of my... I don't even know how to say bonbons. How do you call this? I've never... It's not a sweetie. It's... Yeah, I have to disappoint just real quick. It's not JXL. If it would be, then I probably would have said nothing. But I don't want to disappoint, just keeping you, thrilled all week. And but I'm on it. So let's another instance here, and let's load some more of the percussions here. Oh yes, the rain stick. It's always good. And please, guys, just if somebody's watching who is about to produce a meditation CD with this, some kind of relaxation music, please do me one favor. Let the wind players breathe, because I seriously have been on a let's say at a, how do you say, I just have to dig up the word real quick, because I just have to, I actually don't know the word right now, but it's so like a natural health professional. So I don't mean this in a bad way. I'm not kind of the tree hugger, so I'm not really the guy who is believing in let's say like healing stones or all this stuff, but I certainly believe in trigger points. And because I know, and my girlfriend is a a physiotherapist, so I know how all this stuff works. You know, when you have neck pain, how you touch this and how you press it, and then you wait for until you release the pain, and then you all this stuff. Anyway, but I was at a session on a practical healer, so to say, but it wasn't one of these, you know, ghost or whatever spiritual healers. So he was doing the acupuncture. Is that the right word? And I was lying on this thing. My body was full of needles, and I was listening to this music, to this relaxation music, and there was an oboe playing a main melody. And this was like a terrible sounding synth patch oboe from some, you know, emo library or whatever. I don't know. Some of the really early ones, like the typical German. And no offense to German producers, but when you come to their studio, not all, of course, but most of them, they have like, I don't know why this is the case, but they have just a lot of old. They are really new to all these new sample libraries, and most of them who are really like producing this kind of music, it seems like they all relying on these old emu libraries or whatever, like really early libraries where legato is like really something they probably never have heard of. And there was an oboe playing, and this oboe just went on for like 3 minutes. I mean, you can imagine, I was lying on the massage, table, and I had my body full of needles. I had a towel on top of the needles to just keep me warm. So this feeling of having needles in your back and a towel on top was already kind of close on getting crazy. And then there was this oboe playing for 3 minutes without breathing. It was just, and I had this picture in my mind with this oboe player with big, cheeks and not breathing, red face, and combine this with the with that experience of the needles and everything. But it was just terrible. So do me one favor, if you record a meditation CD, or it doesn't matter if you just record your next orchestral track, it's the same thing. Just let the wind players and the brass players breathe, because it sounds so unnatural when you have like a and it goes on forever and never breathes. Is breathes. So let's add some. Yes, I know. I mean, I know that they can play. I experienced quite a few wind players that they kind of were bragging with how long they were able to hold notes, and that they are able to do the circular breathing and all this. And this is something they are really proud of, which they can be. But I mean, it doesn't sound natural if you just keep on playing a melody for like 3-4 minutes. And especially not like, when there is no vibrato, nor not a little bit of single human touches going on. Please introduce some breathing. But yeah, I mean, this is really amazing when you see some wind players and doing their circular breathing, or didgeridoo players in general. It's really amazing. So we added, let me just name this rain stick. Okay, add another instance. So we just have a little bit of a background track, and now we can check out. Actually, we checked out the strings, so let's check out the winds. And then we still have this whole thing of meditation pads and voices. So let's check out the winds, definitely bamboo flute, and let's play a little bit on top. think it sounds a little bit more nicer. Oh, I just have to check. I'm sorry, but I didn't have. I totally forgot to put a limiter on my track here on the master bus, so I don't want to damage your ears. Oh, why did I? Okay, let's load. Bansuri. Why I'm always playing the minor? I just have to stop the track after loading something new, because it doesn't continue to play concert alto flute. Sure what's really more terrible right now, me hitting the minor third or the natural fourth, or the story with with a ongoing breathing oboe player and the needles in my back. So we have the concert flute. So we have some key switches here. This is also polyphonic and legato. Okay, let's load. The cornet. We still have some stuff here. Do we have? honestly have to say it makes a lot of sense to have this dream pad going on in the background, especially if you quickly want to create some, dense sounding meditation, or relaxing music, or just something. I mean, of course, if you just play, a whole tone scale, or some kind of minor major 7 scale or whatever, it also adds up to the mystery, so you're quickly able to create some. So basically tracks where you can be fine with like having just 3 or 4 instruments, rather than looking what kind of pads do you use, what other instruments you use to spice up the track. Let me just check the duduk without anything. I really like the sound, but I think it's all reduced because the duduk in general sounds a little bit more expressive usually. But as I feel, and this is of course, I feel this is just the purpose of the library, that the sounds are matched to fit into that meditational not relaxation, but more in that meditational, relaxing, mystical, let's say, window category. Because I mean, you can add so much more to all these instruments, but I think they have been matched to I don't know how to express this better, but to really fit into that category of not jumping out of this category. I hope this makes kind of a little bit of sense what I'm trying to say. Hey, I'm doing fine. Thanks for hosting me again. Yeah, it's all about chill sounds today. It's all about meditation and chill sounds. So I can understand, I really like that the sounds in general, also the violins. And when I first played, to be honest, the violins, I was just like, there could be some more expressive layers going on. But this is the same thing when you have, for instance, let's say Albion 5 or something. This is intended to sound cold and or was it Albion 6? I don't know. It's intended to sound cold and quiet. laid back. So I totally understand, of course, the concept of just having it in the sense of meditation sounds, but just, let's say, borrowing the color of a duduk. So I think if you're expecting like an entirely like a woodwinds library with just all the articulations which are typically there in a winds library, this is probably not what you want to have. But if you want to have something which is totally, because I can imagine if you just do one track which is just consists out of these instruments, it sounds round and full and how do you say? I'm not commenting this. So if you just use instruments of these libraries, you get like this picture, which is basically making complete sense in sense of the concept. I hope that makes sense what I just said. So let's check out the Eastern double reed here. That sounds really interesting with a pad and the reverb. Let's just turn the pad off. And also, let's learn the expression here. Very, very cool. Let's check out some more winds here. English flageolet high. So I would probably learn if I have this in my, if I will put this in my template, or when I put it in my template, I have to definitely learn the expression in combination with a vibrato. Because to me, it makes sense when you just control both. So you're getting louder and the vibrato gets a little bit more intense. I know it's not the typical way how to do it, but this is the English flageolet low. But I have to say, I think it feels like it's almost the same dream pad kind of, because it feels like it fits with every instrument I was just playing. No, I mean I'm somebody who likes to speak out. I don't want to bash anyone. I really love Spitfire libraries. But I mean, I just have to say it honestly, as I said it many times before. The reason I'm really owning not a lot of Spitfire libraries, especially, I mean, all the string libraries, and the reason was simply like that there was a release of a string library. Like it felt to me like every 10 minutes, and then I was just, wow, let's wait for Sable 2 or whatever, or the re-release of Sable or whatever, and then suddenly a new string library came along. And it was Studio, and then it was Studio Pro, and then it was symphonic strings, and then there was suddenly Hans Zimmer strings, and then suddenly there was BBC Orchestra, and then suddenly they have Albion 6 and saying, this is the most exciting release ever. And I was thinking to myself, you just released BBC Orchestra, which is like your flagship, basically. And then suddenly, I mean, I can understand that somebody is hyped or let's say excited about their own products. I'm on the same level, you know, but there is like a difference if you talking about a revolution, when you introduce something which, let's say, as I said before, I have to be really, you know, careful because I don't own Albion 5. I also don't own Albion 6, but from what I've heard, and not just from comparisons, so to say, but just from the product pages and everything, it seems like they sound a little bit similar in a sense, but it doesn't make sense to talk about a revolution. If a revolution to me, you know, to be really honest, is something like this, because I've never heard a library which has been dedicated to meditation music, and it just makes sense. So it's actually, well, not just a revolution, but you know what I'm trying to say. This is like, let's say, not a revolution, but a milestone of this category of music. And I can really see a lot of people who make their living from meditation and relaxation and, you know, chill music. And also the whole scene of, you know, call it like Café Del Mar music and all this style, they will totally go for this library because it's like it totally fits too. It just to add like an EDM beat and you have like the perfect music for a beach and sun and feeling good and feeling great. So let's check out a little bit more. Man, we still have so much stuff. Hulusi. This is really, seriously, I mean, this is a set of totally refreshing and new instruments. They add like a, or they bring like a really like a fresh wind to the sample library scene. But I mean, you can't expect less from, or how do you say? Yeah, it's not. It doesn't surprise me because Eduardo never, you know, disappoints when he releases stuff. So as you guys already said before, it's like when he's releasing a library, it's definitely a no-brainer. I mean, if you just, you know, do fantasy music, or you know, like let's say medieval music or something. In this sense, when you are like me, doing a lot of you know, like ancient or medieval town music, or you know, like something which is connected to RPGs and knights fighting dragons and so on, all this stuff. And then the Eduardo stuff is a no-brainer, okay? And I feel the same about this, about Nada. I just forgot the. That's what I would really love to have, you know, like a special. But then it's probably connected to CC7 or something, which I think this is like also a funny thing of the complete controller. It starts at CC14, and you can't remap it. I mean, you can somehow if the software works, but. Oh, it's like a. Just have to be a little bit careful here to not get too high. Panpipes. But this is funny, the dream pad always fits to every instrument. Let me just get rid of the reverb. Just have to be careful not getting a claim on YouTube when I upload the video. Okay, let's check out some more instruments here. Shakuhachi, one of my favorite instruments. Yeah, but the thing, I was just reading, I was just distracted and not playing really focused. Um, yeah, but this makes in a way sense. I mean, orchestral tools, it's not even a hype factor, yeah, or not even a marketing hype. Of course, yes, but I mean, it's just so cool. What I really like about um, the Junkie XL brass or the whole concept in general, that they all seem like, I never met any of the. I will definitely change this. I definitely have to go to Berlin at some stage, and I was already invited by Hendrik, which I really appreciate, and I will definitely go to Berlin soon. But what I was trying to say, I never met any of these guys personally, but it feels like the entire crowd of these people, including Junkie XL, Tom, they seem like totally like buddies when you watch their videos, because Tom invests such a tremendous amount of time in explaining all his things and what he stands for, and you really, let's say, realize that it's not, you know, somebody who is just, being a marketing figure or something for a product. And I'm actually not saying, just if that comes to mind, that Hans Zimmer wasn't dedicated for Hans Zimmer strings, but the amount that Tom puts into, explaining live on YouTube, and answering questions on Twitter, and quoting and retweeting people, it just shows that this is like a really cool all in all 100% working concept. And I really hope that they will release a lot of upcoming libraries in the future. So we checked out the Shakuhachi. Yeah, this is probably I would do this without doing the stream. When I get the library like this, and you sit down and you listen through every patch, so you just kind of register what's going on inside that library, so you can hopefully perfectly recall. Wait, I heard that in nada. So I would probably just sit here at this time and. Yeah, so this is also what I really like. When the more I listen to the instruments, they are all matched together. It seems like almost they have been processed to make it fit, as I said before, into that picture of having or representing meditational sounds. Should probably again learn. Okay, so I'm really curious for the voices. So let me just shamelessly, just let's play the wooden flute. So we got. Okay. So let's check out the voices here. Let's check out the real voices, and then hop over to the patches, the pads, to just very relaxed, chill out the evening. Real voices, female voice, voice of silence, legato. Oops. Wow, this is really awesome. Natural envelope. Let me just reduce the reverb and play. just have to fool around with the attack softness. Really like it. Just have to reload again, but I think it makes a lot of sense to, if you really want to get, as with all vocal libraries, if you really want to get some really very, very convincing result, or a more convincing result, you have to sit down and play around and automate all of these parameters here, because it's just, if you have a library which is introducing an instrument like this, it's just happened many times that you look on Facebook, check Facebook or some forums, and then people complain. Seriously, I once received an email from somebody, and he said, my my orchestral sample libraries, they all sound flat. And I was just, I don't know, call me stupid, but I just replied, so did you ever touch the mod wheel? and then there was like an email coming back, like, oops, thank you. So, I mean, most of the time it's people's fault that stuff doesn't sound convincing. And then I mean, that this already sounds pretty amazing, but you can make it even more better when you just more better. You can make it even better when you just tweak a little bit of all these things, because it will add more life to when you change, for example, the vibrato speed and the legato attack and stuff like this. So let's load on. What do we got here? Female voices of silence, om. So we have like four. Phrases, major, minor. Wow. Wow, this is really cool. What I really like about this is that they kept the breathing at the end of the phrase, because this is sometimes you miss when you introduce a next phrase. Where it was more obvious in the beginning. Or it was just on some other patches, but I really like that they kept the breathing at the end of the phrase. So probably the key switches are right. Oh, so this is all. So this is really cool. So this is not pitched. This is all probably recorded, or at least, I mean, I don't want to spread false information, but it was definitely a different lick up here. So it's all different, probably all different licks. So, I mean, just having this variety of just all these keys and then add this up with this amount of, phrases up here, this is actually a lot of stuff. And this is just major. And then we have probably another set with minor phrases. So this is, I mean... Very beautiful. So this entire package is really, I mean, I was just about to say, but I mean, this would really sound like if I would be like a marketing hype. But if I think about that somebody's introducing just these voices, I mean, this to me alone is at least worth like, let's say 75% of the price of just having these phrases. Because, I mean, vocals, we all know how hard it is. I would always prefer vocal phrases over, I mean, if it's done well, but it always sounds a little bit off when you have like, legato intervals or anything, because, I mean, if it's just legato, or let me put it in a different way, it's very hard to come up with individual phrases. It makes sense when you just have, that's what I want to say, a legato patch, when you just have a vowel, an M, or a vowel, an O or an A or something, or like an something sound, and you add legato. This makes kind of sense, but I would always prefer phrases and cut them or stitch them together, rather than just trying to come up with some which makes up words. So we have overtone singing cavity. Oh, so you can control the harmonic blend. Wow, this is really... I never heard this before, actually. I mean, I heard overtone voices, probably in Spectrasonics Omnisphere something. Something. I mean, the Tuvan patches or something. There was some overtone stuff happening. But I never heard of a library where you could change the harmonics with a mod wheel. This is brilliant. So we have cavity 2 and we have effects. moving effects. This is really amazing. So, synth voices. Let's check out this processed meditation choir 1. So I'm just seeing that right now. So probably you have like all these vowels combined right now. That's why it probably sounds so dense. So let me just get rid of them except the... So let's check out the meditation choir 2. Yeah, thanks, Emmy Jess. I think I already, I just introduced that, just shown that page, the best service page before. So yeah, there's a lot of information on there. There's also video on there. And just in case if you missed it, if you weren't here before, but you probably know already that there is a giveaway going on that I'm giving away. Let me just post the link once again to be really sure for everyone new. So just put that link here so you know that there is a giveaway going on for Nada. Okay, so let's check out. I'm curious about these other voices which are in here. So we have the sacred choir. Very, very cool. It all fits to the concept. This is what I really like when you have this sort of a concept library. So, crystal voices. I mean, it's really funny. I actually planned to do a little bit of composing after we checked out the library, but then I just realized that just 2.5 hours were just, flying by, but just going through the sounds. And of course, we talked a little bit, but let's say probably we talked like a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. So we just roughly spent like 1 hour and 45 minutes by just going through the sounds of the libraries only. So blending between the E and the R. With a mod wheel. Okay, so we can just scroll down. So we have probably several options like blending from the E to O. Very cool. From O to A. So you can always, it's funny because you can always try to build a little bit of sense making syllables by just using these things, because when you just have like, or let's start a little bit more soft. I mean, when you use it in combination by loading other sounds, which are E, O, or O, A, so you can come up with some little, trying to build a little phrase by just moving the mod wheel. And sometimes it's not really a problem when the consonant is missing, because you could softly, double yourself, recording yourself like 3 or 4 times and add like little or something and just put it in lots of reverb so it actually sounds as if the choir would sing real words. I seriously remember the first time, I think, when Voices of the Apocalypse came out, and I was just playing around with the WAV files. I remember that I needed a full day to get like an epic choir of maybe just 1 minute done. I was just sitting there and crossfading all these vowels together. And if I had like a word, I know whatever, sanctus or something, and that I was just put this A and the U together and just used the consonants and had a several track going on and put these all together, compress them, put them into reverb, so it sounded like a full word. And it kind of worked better than later on when you had like all this word builder stuff going on. It's really funny actually. But I mean, it was like a hell. It took a lot of time to do this stuff. Okay, so let's hop over to Voices of Eternity. Wow, I really like this because the thing is, vocals, a little bit, sorry, strings are always really cool when you have something missing in your track which needs a little bit more density, when you just want to fill up your track, but you don't want to introduce another arpeggio or ostinato. You just need something in the background. And voices are really cool all the time because they have this, I don't know what this is, but when you layer a lot of every voice has some certain amount of hiss, and when you layer this all, it creates a kind of a special density. And so this is always cool to fill up a track when, just in case if you need something which is floating around in the background. Let's quickly hop through these different this. I already hear so many things I feel inspired to do. For example, when you remember, I don't know the name of some sci-fi simulation, kind of these strategy building games. It was a space, I don't know, a space simulation, some kind of things, and you had to, collect iron or whatever from the asteroids and building your station. And it was in 3D, so you can hover around the stations and everything. I think it was called Homeworld or something. Homeworld. That was probably it. It reminds me a little bit of the soundtrack because you can add a lot of loneliness in a sense, or which is also combined with a lot of space and huge spaces. So this is perfect for this kind of spacish atmosphere. There you get your backing track for a game like Homeworld or some kind of, space scene in a movie. Okay, let's check more of these. So let's quickly go through these. Then we have Voices of Light. And then we have still some of the percussion instruments. And the pads, we didn't check just one of these pads. Let's just quickly get an idea of these vocal sounds. Really, really beautiful. Very relaxing. I think you guys are all asleep right now already. Studios around the globe. So you have like a little camera switching from studio to studio or computer screen to computer screen. Everybody in front of their monitors like... Someone is still awake. Man, this is really, seriously, this is a lot of content. I'm not getting any, percentage or anything or whatever, but this is a lot of, how do you say, like bang for the buck. There is a lot of stuff in that library. And the thing is, if you could play these pads right now, they come in slowly. They are really like needing a time, of course, which you could control probably, but they blend over each other so well from changing chords, but they have a long overlap time. dissonant chords, it really sounds not wrong in the sense. I mean, you have dissonant chords, it sounds always a little bit wrong, but even if you layer these and switch from one dissonant chord to the other, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. Okay, Voices of Light. Female 2. Yeah, I agree that there's a lot of, you mean too many steps when you just go in here and then you click the sub menu, and then that's what you're talking about, right? Currently, this is what could be better, of course, that you have like a of like you're used to with any synth, that you have like a browsing category. You have probably some text, and you can just just have, for instance, vocals active, and then you see all the vocal patches. This is right. But then again, like you have the same problem in Contact too. So basically you have it in, you can change this in Engine. Oh, right. Yeah, it's not that really, but this is a general problem, I think, also of Contact. It's like really you're sitting like, I'm sitting probably like half a meter right now in front of my screen, and I have contact lenses, and I'm, how do you say, short-sighted. So even if I have them off, it doesn't make a difference. It's always hard to look at it. So sometimes even in the video, probably you discover me by saying like looking something like this. Sorry, I forgot to play you the patch here. Okay, so probably maybe in the preference, let me just. Number of cores off. Oh, this is just okay. So maybe it's multi-support is off. So now there's my proof. It's not as 36 cores. It's 18. There are like virtual cores going on too. But I thought it must be somewhere in the maybe miscellaneous. But I think I saw it too, that you can change the look, at least the font over here. But I'm not really sure. As I said before, I don't like to spread false information. So let's check out. So I think this sounds, let me just, please, Eduardo, don't be angry. I just really want to switch over and check out some of these patches. I mean, that's really so. It's another thing. You have all these patches like you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then you have at least another 16, 7, 10. So approximately an average like 10 patches for each of these pads. We checked this out already. Let's load something in the middle. Let's load Illumination 1. I'm sorry, at least you don't have to hear it. So let's check out a variation of these. It sounds like an entirely new. So even if it makes use maybe of the same samples, I don't know, or the same. It sounds completely different. Let's load some more. So, nature meditations, alone in the rain. Speaking of that, we didn't check. we totally forgot to check out the pianos. Man, I love this. I hope you can hear this in on the audio quality, but there is really something. There is like a low bass stump. I don't know if you guys are, any one of you is familiar with the Muse, with the how do you say, like with that little band you can put on? It's like a meditation band. Just reminds me because of the rain noise, because in that I don't want to feature that this headband. But there's a funny thing going on because I recently got one, and when you sit down and you meditate, which I try to do regularly because it's just good to do to reboot your mind, just as a side note, and then you sit there, and when there's trouble coming up in your brain and you start thinking of things, or you move around, and then suddenly you hear like the rain and the like the not thunder, but the rain or the storm is getting louder. And when you try to relax and get back to breathing and focus on your breathing, then let's say the thunderstorm or that soft storm is disappearing. So this is really, really cool. Just reminded me, I don't know why I mentioned this, but let's check out some other thing here. Serene strings. Yes, I really like it. I could sit here for another 2 hours and just playing these patches. So, as I said before, we didn't check the piano. So let me just check. Oh, I got so much stuff here too. Let's check. I really would be really, curious about the white piano in intimate. How low does this go? To the A. So let's check another piano here. Intimate piano. Let's just check another variation of the intimate piano. And let's check this white piano bright. Yeah, a lot of pianos actually. Yeah, as I said before, quite a few times, I'm not the best piano player, so probably sounds way better if there's somebody who know how to play. But I definitely have to get like something like a MIDI guitar. So just in case you guys got any recommendation of a great MIDI guitar, I've recently seen something which has been announced by, forgot the company name again. But this looks really promising actually. It was just like a small guitar, like this big. Really cool. Digital pianos, dream piano. Let's check out the Harmonics piano. That sounds promising. Oh. I mean, I know this is probably just mapped, below from the probably. This probably like here being the lowest key, but then it's so cool to have this for sound design. Because this is really cool when you're trying to come up with a hit, with a soft hit, but you don't want to sound it like a, oh, I'm happy that this is making your room shake. So I hope I didn't wake any neighbors or something. Probably your speakers didn't blow. What this? There's something going on in that note. Wow, but that's really cool. I can't say what it is. maybe just my ear fatigue or whatever from the day, but sometimes it feels like when you map something and it feels like it sounds quality-wise, it sounds better than in contact, but this may be just a feeling, or maybe that the reverb is active or anything, but I sometimes feel that there is something going on with the contact algorithm, but I'm not really sure. It just seems like it. So yeah, we have another, and let's check out these harmonic piano chords here. I'm happy we did. Welcome to Space Station Alpha. Really love it. So let's check out one of these. We had the new age pianos. Let's quickly check out this. Every time I hear this, I hear Stevie Stevens popping up playing the Top Gun main melody. Yeah, just, it's probably the time. So I just wanted to quickly check out some of these unpitched percussions, especially we still got, we checked out the gatam. We have the finger bells. Let's check the tablas for a second. Wow, what is going on with the wind chimes? We have, yeah. The thing is, recently, somebody mentioned in a forum that or on Facebook that he bought a wind chime because he was, kind of fed up with all the samples, because they are always limited. So like I remember from one of the early East-West Quantum Leap libraries, there was just like 5 or 10 samples available, and I could be wrong. Maybe they added a little bit more, but it always felt like there wasn't just a lot of stuff to pick from. So he purchased a wind chime, like a wind tree, and can record stuff on his own. And this was just coming to my mind because I was just looking at this folder, and seen that there are so many wind chime patches that I was thinking about, getting one of these of these chime trees myself, but I think that's not necessary anymore. Yes. Let's check out the tabla for a second, and then I think we would just call it a day. I mean, actually, I thought we just hop through the library. What is Bayan? It sounds like some additional volume. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. It's just different. I thought I changed the speed. Oh, okay. So these are two types of tablas, obviously. Yes. So I would say we went through the entire library, and it took us almost, of course, we had a little bit of talking, and it took us 3 hours to get through it. So I mean that really shows how much content. I always say contest. Let us just check how the size of the library, because I didn't mention this. So is there some file systems? Maybe blind again. I don't see it. Additional hard disk space according to the library size. This is actually pretty. But I think it's just mentioned somewhere above, which I'm not seeing right now. Well, I could just do the following and simply check my folder. Where did I... Let me just quickly find it. Oh, here we are. So the folder size of this, let me just check if there are some, no, there are, I just actually have this is the folder. I just have the WinRAR archives on my drive. So the actual library folder is 13.4 gigabytes. So this is actually a lot of content and yeah, I mean, it's just, to me, it's a steal. If you really like these sounds, if you really can use these, which you can if you do, like, even if it's science fiction, it totally fits into the science fiction genre. Just put like some kind of a repro synth below it, and let me actually just twitch. Yeah, the download size. So you have like the extraction of the files. So it will probably extract to like 13 gigabytes, and download size would be 9. Sorry. So yeah, I think this totally fits. I mean, besides all the what is it obvious for, like the meditation, relaxing, chill genre, as I mentioned before, it totally fits into that Cafe Del Mar corner and all this, probably getting into the EDM. Or also, I could imagine it having its place in the rap scene, to just take samples of the vocals or some of the instrument phrases. And I could really I will definitely use it if I'm if I would if I would work on something which is more sci-fi related. This would make total sense if there's something where it has to be, where you have to introduce a lot of space, a lot of loneliness, just maybe like a broken planet and some kind of space mission. It doesn't matter if it's a game or a movie. I could totally imagine stuff of this of Nada in the movie Ad Astra. I've recently seen that. I really, really loved it. It was really great. And I remember that people said, just as a side note, that people said this movie is boring. I think these people had a tad too much of Avengers and Transformers, to be honest, because I don't really know what was boring or lame on that movie. It was just beautiful, but that's just my opinion. Holy moly. Yes, we spent 3 hours checking out this library. Man, and you guys really stayed with me for like 3 hours. I mean, of course, you probably did something, next to it and not being glued to the screen. I could totally understand that, but I'm just really happy that there are still, I can see right now, 11 people in the channel right now watching. So this is really cool to see. There is actually one thing I just wanted to let you know really quickly. When I will upload this video to YouTube, I will also introduce a tiny little bit of a, additional point category to the contest, that when you just, like this video, which will be in the future uploaded to YouTube, but you maybe already see right now because it has been uploaded to YouTube, you know that there is like a little more like an entry with giving you some additional points when you just comment on this YouTube video and give it a thumbs up. It would also help to just, trigger the YouTube algorithm, push the video a little bit. It would also help to hopefully help to have Eduardo quite a few sales on this new library, and definitely wish him a lot of luck, as with every library. And yeah, I think I would just, you just woke up. Oh, the music is over. He starts talking again. So yeah, I mean, I would just call it a day for tonight. I'm really really thankful that you guys spent like 3 hours with me here. And yes, I will upload, as I said, in case if you missed something, in case if you want to rewatch something, I will upload that video to YouTube soon. And so I would say thanks for watching, and we see each other in my Discord channel. Hopefully, I think you guys are. I remember the nicknames that most of you are also followed the invitation that you registered on my Discord channel. And yeah, see you there. Thanks for watching. And as I said before, there will be a new giveaway coming next week. And actually, as I think about it, it's already Thursday night. So I will probably just lock down the Red Room audio giveaway of Saga and Q Builder cinematic rhythms. This thing, I leave it, on until tomorrow morning. So because of the time zones and all this stuff. But this will be done, and the Nada giveaway will be around till, I think there's a timer going. So it will probably at the end of the 6th of February. And then there will be a new giveaway. As I already mentioned, I just got like the confirmation message before starting this one. Okay, so yes, good night, good Nacht, wherever you are. And have a great day, have a great night, and hopefully see you soon on the next live stream. So thanks for watching, and see you later. Bye.